All right, everybody. My name is Dio Morales, host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and I'm here doing what I do best, and that is commentating and watching other people play X-Wing. Our match here is a feature match. Both players are sitting at 2-1, going into the first round of Stage 2, aka Round 4. And so whoever wins here will be moving on in Stage 2. The other player will be eliminated from contention into getting to Stage 3 tomorrow. Before we go too far, I do want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching the stream. Thank you for your patience while I get myself eliminated. All jokes aside, thank you to our Twitch Prime subscribers and patrons for supporting us and allowing us to travel all around the United States in order to bring you guys coverage of all these awesome events. Just a reminder, anybody who has Twitch Primed us in the past, go ahead and click that button again. If you haven't done so in the last 30 days, super simple, easy way that is literally free if you have Amazon Prime to support the channel. Thank you to everybody who has done it before. Thank you to Cosmic Jello, who recently clicked that button for 5 months in a row. So both these players are top-notch. You've seen their names across many different events. They both placed very well at Worlds, and I know Philip made top 4 at Adepticon, as you do see those Boba Fett templates sitting there on the table. Time has started already. I'd say we've maybe lost a couple of minutes. I'm going to go ahead and drop it to 73, and I will get... Oops, ooh, that's way too many. And I'll get an official time adjustment once we get going. Just going to do a couple more adjustments before we get into analysis here. All right, list-wise, Paul Heaver is running a variation on 100-point Miranda. Difference here between a lot of the different ones you've seen people like Andrew Schmidt and William Hague would run. He has extra munitions and a harpoon missile on Miranda. And you give up the tactician on Lorik. And also switching out Ezra for Fenrau, which basically... is a great piece to keep Miranda alive as well, along with that Lorik ability. Just trying to be as defensive as possible and making sure that the opposing attacks don't hurt as much. We've seen Philip fly this list a few times before on our stream and be very successful. So we'll see how he fares. In this one, he likes to start with his guys wide and create kill boxes. He's going to have to get through Lorik and Fen in order to do meaningful damage onto Miranda. One thing you'll notice with Phil's list here, his quick draw is PS10 adaptability. I'm sorry that it does say -1. That's just that's a coding error. Kylo Ren does have the advanced sensors, push-to-limit combo, auto thrusters. No tech on Kylo, so most common tech you usually see on him is either prime thrusters or advanced optics. Philip choosing to forego those in order to get the extra punch of quick draw in his list. Did I make a mistake there? Is that countdown? I think that's countdown. the striker in Phil's list, we'll go ahead and fix that here, is Countdown, not Pure Sabak. Big difference there. Countdown has that defensive ability that he can choose to take 1 damage and a stress instead of the incoming damage that was rolled. And we have Quick Draw on the list doing her thing, losing shields and punching things in the face. Thank you to Rogue Jedi and B. Griffith 512. So we're waiting for them to get going here. One thing I was surprised with Paul is a lot of times you see players with this 100-point Mirandas, they start slow in order to bank up those rays. And it looks like Paul is choosing to, he gunned it, you know. He got a 4 forward out of Lorik and, not a 4 forward, a 3 forward, just kind of starting quick. Maybe the idea here is to try to engage one of Philip's ships or 2 of them rather than having all 3 of them have shots, while Paul can have 3 of his ships into 1 of Phil's. I also want to thank our chat moderators who have been working diligently to make sure that the Gold Squadron podcast chat stays positive for players and viewers. Thank you so much for your work. All right, we're going to get going here. Lorik going 1 bank. Again, just trying to get that wide arc in the best position possible. Banana focus tokens will be made available for purchase here in the next coming months. Our acrylic manufacturer has been a little bit busy. Yeah, you do notice Phil is not rocking his cardigan. No cardigans in the month of June. I'll be sure to ask him after the match. I think every match we've ever streamed of Phil Horney playing, he has his magical cardigan on. All right, and here comes Quick Draw. Going slow. Phil trying to get Quick Draw behind. Reaches for that target lock. Just going to barrel roll forward, try to get just that little bit extra distance. These gentlemen have never played in person before. This is the first time. All right, Fenn is going first, just out. give some information on what is coming. And it looks like we're taking some shots at countdown. Range 2 on countdown. 2 hits coming from Fen Rao. 1 evade. He'll just take the damage there. No reason to use the ability because it would be 1 anyway. Lorik reaching for quick draw. Excuse me, I mean quick draw reaching for Lorik. Kylo has what looks to be range 2 onto Lorik, just range 3 onto Miranda. And also range 3 on Fen through an obstruction. All right, here we go. Kylo. Three eyeballs there. Assuming this is on Lorik, which is why Paul is hesitating. Excuse me, 2 eyeballs and a blank. It looks like he's just going to take it. Five dice harpoon missile. Guidance chips. And spending the focus for 4 hits. Oh. Probably going to burn that title. There it is. Oh, triple blank into triple blanks. Man, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the title is gone. All right, rough going here for Phil in the opening. Showing him the dark side. And it is blinded pilot. Patrick, yes, I have already dropped. That's why I am here. And Lorik taking a range 2 shot through a rock at Kylo. It's hit crit. This would be 4 dice because of the obstruction. Spends the focus. Didn't see that 4th dice there. And we know that's range 2 to Lorik. All right, Phil looking for what's going to be his best chances to do damage and try to start getting stuff off the table. 1 crit. Reinforce gets spent. That was on Fenrau. And we're back to dials. So Phil Horney is behind after that first engagement. Paul able to get some damage into both Countdown and Kylo here early. Kylo sitting at 2 hull. Now Quick Draw can really flip this game around. If Phil can get this Quick Draw into combat and start getting some double shots and maybe take something off the table quickly, could really flip the game around. Now we know that Paul is a master tactician. He is fully aware that Phil wants to bring Quick Draw in. So we'll look forward to see how Paul reacts to that. All dials are set. We are streaming live from Origins, the Columbus System Open. Our top 8 that we will find out who they are tomorrow will be getting their invites to Coruscant. And they have players have one more chance to get into Coruscant, and that is next weekend at the Seattle System Open, which we will also be at streaming live. I'm not playing at that one, so you'll have full coverage for that event. So for anybody who's new to the System Open format, the way that this works is broken down into 3 stages. Everybody plays in stage 1. It's 3 rounds. Everybody who is 2-1 gets to proceed into stage 2. Then after that, everybody who's 5-1 is allowed to move into stage 3. After that, it moves into a single elimination bracket till we have our champion. Don't know if you heard that group of bards walking towards me. We are at the Origins Gaming Convention, so there are tons of people around, lots of gaming going on of all different kinds, cosplay, lots of fun stuff. We started with, I believe, 70-something players, 70-ish. All right, Phil taking his time here, and honestly, he has to. He has to try to come up with a plan to figure out how he's going to find his win condition. Because right now, having Countdown already taken damage, Kylo at only 2 hull, you can't risk being behind Miranda because of the bombs. So, like with Kylo, that's something that Phil I've seen him masterfully do. Like, he is willing to take a risk in order to get position, but the problem is that now, with only having 2 hull, being behind Miranda is, in fact, very dangerous for Phil. And here comes Lorik. 1 banking. Ailerons is active. So we will ailerons forward. That is considered a maneuver, but it does not count against losing an action by executing maneuver, unless he did a 1 straight, like aileron straight and then a 1 straight, which could be the case. He's not moving anything, so that looks like what he did. He'll be able to get a range 1 shot into Fenrau, most likely. And now Paul's going to start dropping those bomblets for consistency's sake. Wouldn't be surprised to see him reach for a target lock here on the quick draw. Doesn't hurt to try. unless he's confident it's out. So right now, he's going to just drop the focus. Getting the advanced sensors barrel to the left. Two bank. And one bank from Fenn. Looks like the plan here is to see if we can rip off those shields on quick draw. As all three arcs pointed that way. Now we're waiting for Fenrau's action here. So he chooses to drop the focus. Quick draw, 3 forward. Will have a range 1 shot on either Lorik or Fenrau, whoever he wants. But the way Fenrau's ability works, it reads that if he chooses to activate it. Oh yes, I'm so sorry. Yeah, just yes, please. He won't be able to spend tokens this entire round if he activates that. So the target lock for fire control system and that focus would not be able to use offensively. There was no hyperspace qualifier yesterday. That's the event where you can go 6-0 and get the hyperspace, and get a Coruscant invite. Here we go. First shots. Hit, focus. This is Fenrau. And he's going to choose to spend it. 3 hits. Two shields gone off quick draw. Quick draw will activate here. We'll probably see Paul drop that stress token in order to activate Fenrau. And no activation from Paul. Unless it's... Is quick draw's secondary or ability attack not considered activating? Might not be. Yep, that's correct. Just double checking my ruling here. So Fenn can't use his ability yet. So this is the only shot that Phil will be able to make with quick draw that is modified this turn, assuming Paul does drop that stress token. For focus, he's going to have to spend it if he wants to try to get some damage in here. Two dice there, blank focus. We're going to spend Lorik's reinforce, spend the focus. He's going to take That's cool. Takes some damage. Good? Sorry about that. Had somebody come up and talk to me. So that was in the Fen round. I believe he took a shield and 2 cards. 3 hits at range 1, netties. And that was into Lorik there from quick draw. This is Kylo. Checking for obstruction on Lorik. And it is obstructed. 2 hits. Spends the focus.
Hey Dion, did you see the new Rebel Cancer?
Spends the focus for 3 hits. And all 3 of those are going to stick. Into Lorik. And here's Paul's attack. 2 dice. This is the regen shot. Spends the focus for 1. Takes that last shield off a quick draw. So Paul getting some damage in on the regen shot. And blanks out. Lorik still has a focus token from Rey that he can use on his attack. And that is range 1. There it is. Spending the focus for 4 hits. Lightweight frame. It's going to only take 2. Quick draw lives with 1. Somebody show me a picture of a crab on a large base stand. All right. He was range 1 from countdown, hit crit. That's into Fen round. That's going to be a crit. And we're not sure what it is. They're in planning now. I'm going to go take a double check on everything. I'll be back. All right, I'm back here. Paul did elect to use draw there, fire on Lorik to get the crit. onto Lorik, and it was a double damage. He's sitting at 2 hull. I had 1 less hull than was correct earlier. Fenral is sitting at 1. And that tech there of draw their fire saves Fenral's bacon, because if it had been a hit, or if Fenral didn't have draw their fire, that would have killed Fenral. Of course, assuming that he didn't have something like selflessness. Sorry about that. Quick draw is Kylo. Alrighty, I was able to turn on my table monitoring so I could pick up what the players say as we're going. So my plan here is to see if every match that we can get on here might, for the next 2 rounds, to be elimination matches. Makes it a lot more exciting for sure. Yeah, sorry about that. It came in a lot hotter than I thought, TikTok. All right, so Paul is reinforcing the back here. Countdown, adaptive ailerons, 1 forward. And 1 hard. Fits over Fenral. And that looks like it might be just behind Lorik's 180 fire degree arc. And here comes a 2-bank from Miranda. It's not going to fit. Advanced sensors barrel roll. Probably going to be dropping a focus here. There it is. 3 forward. And quick draw. I'm not sure where quick draw is going to go. 3 forward from Fenrau will hop him over. They're going to have to mark everything here. Now do remember that Fenrau does have that does have that rear arc. And we're coordinating to Miranda. That probably means that Miranda is going to be bumping. Coordinating the focus. A 3 hard from Quick Draw, who also has a rear arc. We will see if that fits in. It's going to be close. Very nice maneuver here. Excuse me, not 3 hard, 2 hard. Very nice maneuver here by Phil Horney. And he might be able to get a rear range 1 shot on Miranda. So Fenrau at PS10 going first because Paul has initiative. He's checking to see if he has Kylo in arc. Using the laser, it looks like it is clearly an arc. And it looks like Fen really... All right. So we're going Fen into Quick Draw. Range 2, hit crit, rolling those natties. Gotta love when the Sheath of Pete's do that. There it is, natties. All right. So we're going to spend that focus for 2 hits and a crit.
How'd you do this tournament?
I won, but I didn't pass it to you.
It's okay.
So that's fine.
You didn't goose egg. That's always good.
All right, so that's one of those white dice. That's an evade there. He's range 1. He's going to spend the evade with Lorik and then use draw their fire. They're checking the text on, I'll show you the dark side. Says when you suffer a critical damage during an attack, and it doesn't happen to Miranda, so that's going to move over to Lorik. Only 1. Safe. And he has range 2 from Miranda to Kylo. So it looks like they're deciding to move on. No, I'll show you the dark side. Some people are thinking that it is the other way around. Not entirely sure. It's just one in that first TLT shot to Kylo. Safe. He's taking a shield to pump it up to a 4 dice TLTs. Only one. Spends the focus for 2. Auto thruster safe. Let's go ahead and read draw their fire. When a friendly ship, you may suffer one of the uncrafted crits. And Fenn is off the table. So looking at the wording there on draw their fire, just gonna just double check that. I think you're mixing with harpoons. Draw their fire because it says, come on. Oh, and hold on a second. Lorik gets taken off the table as well. We got 33 minutes left.
He dropped something on the other side of your chair.
Draw the Fire did win over that. So Lorik's off the table. Fenn Rao's off the table. Phil has his entire list, but his list is bleeding. So Phil has approximately 32 minutes to either kill Miranda or not die with 2 of his ships. We're probably going to see Quick Draw get out of town. There's no reason for Quick Draw to hang. And Phil always plays at a pretty good pace, but he should. The correct strategy is to pick your spots, right? Like, there's no reason to stick around if you don't have to. Phil is, of course, going to need to make sure he stays away from Miranda's backside with those bomblet generators. One forward with ailerons, 2K with countdown. Miranda dropping the bomblet. That's going to be key with Kylo. You know, Kylo has that advanced sensors, push limit combo that go anywhere Kylo, so that's going to limit some of the area in which Phil can safely go, especially that Kylo only has 2 hull left. Miranda's in a position to most likely catch Quick Draw no matter where she goes. Maybe the 3-bank barrel roll gets her just to the edge of range 3, but I still think it's going to be in. There's Phil deciding what he wants to do. Advanced sensors focus and target lock. We might be smashing into Miranda. Yep. So, is able to bank a target lock for next turn. Phil will have to mine the bomblet next turn. And yeah, that's going to keep him in range. Barrel roll doesn't make sense right now. It's not doesn't take him far enough. Maybe if he had the barrel roll to the top of the board. So just to focus in order to defend. Lightweight frame will allow him to have 3 dice total. Range 3. Hit crit out the back. And that. He's going to have to guess 1 with C-3PO here. And he does. And he doesn't get anything. Spends a focus, and he's going to be PS0. Or he's going to be PS0 no matter what. So, spends a focus, and he is PS0 now. Range 2 from Countdown. Hit crit. Miranda takes a shield. And we are at dials. Now this PS0 crit actually matters quite a bit. This is going to give Philip the opportunity to visually see where that bomblet is going. Also allow him to, you know, with his repositions on all his ships, be able to make the best decision possible. Excuse me, no, it wasn't PS0. It was blinded pilot, not PS0. That's why he didn't kill quick draw. Sorry about that. So used to the Kylo being PS0. So no shot there. So this is going to give quick draw an opportunity to start creating some distance and space from Miranda. Now, one thing to keep in mind, Miranda still has a harpoon left. All right, so we got the 2 bank here from Countdown. He's still currently stressed. That's a white move. And I think that might be in range of the bomb. 2 right turn from Miranda. And just dropping the focus. Kylo looks like he's revealed a Talon roll. He's not currently stressed. Advanced sensors focus. And that'll be just outside range 1. Quick draw, 3 bank. That should be out of range here. All right. Philip rolling for the bomblet. The bomblet shows him mercy, 2 eyeballs. Range 3 here from quick draw out the back. Excuse me, out the front. He turned around. Two hits. All right, takes 2 shields. Shields are down on Miranda. Range 2, target lock focus. He's gonna spend the focus. So it takes 2. Countdown could possibly kill Miranda here. TLT miss. Regenerating on the next one. Gets a shield back. Quick draw is out of here. Range 1 from countdown. Two crits. Got it. So shield goes instead of any crits. And we're back to dials. So looking at the positioning here, with both Countdown and Kylo behind Miranda, this favors Paul in the sense that he's able to use that bomblet generator if Phil chooses to follow him. Phil's going to have to find ways to try to consistently still have shots with his arcs, but of course, try to be just out of range of that bomb. Kylo's advanced sensors is off because he is currently stressed. All right, so Phil committing to a different move than what he had before. Countdown too hard. So that's going to still be in bombing range. And 2 turns to the left. It's a good spot. Most likely, if Kylo is able to get a shot on him, it's going to be obstructed. Three bank from Kylo here. Oh, this is a ballsy move from Philip Horner here. He's He's risking the bomb and going for the kill. Miranda does have only 2 hull left. He'll have a target lock focus shot here at range 1 with C-3PO. So we'll be mitigating 1 for sure. Paul does have a focus. Countdown takes 1. Kylo taken off the table before he's able to take his range 1 shot. Oh, no, he had 1 more hole than I thought. Oh, here it is. Here's the game. Sorry about that, everybody. Target lock. There it is. There's no way to dodge it. I'm so sorry about having that count wrong. I really thought. That's the game. Wow. Woo. Good game on both players' parts. So Phil Horney eliminates Paul Heaver from contention, and this was Paul's last chance to get a Coruscant invitation, and Paul's been eliminated. So we will not see him at the Coruscant Open unless they give him one, because he is like a 3-time world champion or something. So we'll see there. That was a fantastic game. Thank you so much to Phil and Paul for playing. We have approximately 18 minutes left in the round plus setup, so we'll probably be back in around 25 minutes. I'm gonna get some food in me because I can feel the stupid coming on because I'm very, very hungry. So I'm gonna get something to eat. We'll be back. Thank you to everybody who's taken the time to click that Twitch Prime subscription button. Makes a big difference. Allows me to that bump from Twitch Prime really helps us be able to do just a little bit extra. As you noticed, we were able to get to both San Francisco, and we're going to be going to Seattle here next weekend. Both of those trips paid for solely by Twitch Prime subscriptions. So let's go ahead and get those buttons clicked if you haven't done it. You can do it every 30 days. And also, huge thank you to our patrons, because you guys are the ones that started it all and the ones that make it possible. Gold Squadron Podcast is nothing without our patrons. So thank you to all. You can go to patreon.com/Gold Squadron to get the awesome 2.0 swag that's going to be coming out here in about a month. We'll be back. Sorry, I said Portland System Open. I meant Seattle. And I did go to Portland. I went to every American System Open except for Philadelphia. I'll be back.